I can still remember when I bought my first guitar. I remember just how good the feeling was, put it proudly in my car. And my family listened 50 times to my 2-song repertoire. And I told my mom her only son's gonna be a star. Bought all the Beatle records, sounded just like Paul. Bought all the old Chuck Berrys, 78s and all. And I sat by my record player, playing every note they played. And I watched them all on TV, making every move they made. That's how I did it anyway. It tells a lot of things that I did and how I started off. But I've written a lot of other songs beside that, and this is one of those songs. It's a song about a déjà vu experience I once had at a place in Australia, in Queensland. It's called Kedron Brook. This will be a long introduction because the piano player's got to arrive. It's all right. You've never had a chaser on like that before, have you? In the last light of evening sun, when the summer grasses spoke of early dew, I took an unfamiliar turning, and so I wandered in the power of some strange subconscious yearning, down the turnings and the twistings of the road, till the sun was gone from the distant hill, and Kedron Brook seemed strangely still. Visions of sunsets and soft summer skies, like cellophane papers that danced in my eyes, echoes of footsteps that wandered their way through the last lonely lights of the day, feelings that sent my head reeling, just wondering how it could be that the feelings of something so strangely confusing was strangely familiar to me, like the feeling of something I seemed to recall, but I couldn't remember it all. The feeling as though I had stepped through a door, and I knew I had been there before. When the gentry were waltzing to the gentle Maxinas, and the hansom cab swayed like young ballerinas, and life was as sweet as an old concertina that rattled its way through a holiday. When the night was the sight of the weary lamplighters and the crowded marquee of the bare-fisted fighters, and the bustles and bows of the Saturday nighters were rustling their way through a Saturday. When the world twirled around to an old-fashioned sound, and the seasons were young in the ground, did I once stand there at Kedron Brook, watching the sun going down. Thank you. Thank you. I'd like for you to do me a favour now, if you could, a special hand for that fine bit of piano work on something that we only rehearsed. We didn't rehearse. You know, we only wrote out about 2 seconds before he sat down. Peter. I have 2 small boys, and the eldest is Shane, and this is a song I wrote about him when he was 2 years old. It's called Shaney Boy. Little boy, you seem to wake up earlier every morning, come running from your bed to meet the day, with a pair of sleepy eyes that would have slept a little longer, and 1,000 urgent things you have to say. And the morning passes quickly in the springtime, and the springtime brings such fascinating games. Puppy dogs and chocolate frogs and fishing lines, and pretending that you didn't hear your mommy call your name. Shaney boy, your lunch is going cold here on the table, and you have to eat these things to make you grow. And I know you're only scared that you will be missing out on something, but even busy people have to eat, you know. And the afternoon goes quickly when there's good times, and there's good times in the garden every day. Little friendly butterflies that flutter by, and a little friend to help you chase those butterflies away. Shaney boy, those eyes of yours are looking kinda drowsy, and I know you never want the day to end. But just think, if you close your eyes and lie back on your pillow, it won't be long before the morning's here again. And the morning passes quickly in our lifetime, and before you even notice, it's gone. So little boy, I'm noticing the nice times now, 'cause I know that little boys don't stay little boys for long. Ah, Shaney boy, you seem to wake up earlier every morning, come running from your bed to meet the day, with a pair of sleepy eyes that would have slept a little longer, and 1,000 urgent things you have to say. I have a new single out off of my Now the 20th Century album, and this is a look at the protest scene of the 60s. There were many violent protests during that time. This is a sort of look at that whole era from both sides, and it's called Over the Hills and Far Away. Throwing stones at the embassy, policemen come and arrested me. Paper at the university said I was a hero, and And the wise old judge that I went before wouldn't believe what I did it for. Said this is no way to stop the war. But how the hell would he know? Singing songs of disillusion, ban the bombs and beat pollution, writing on walls about a revolution that's guaranteed to grow. And I see on the news some identity with an old man's views on society. Said there's no room for guys like me. But how the hell would he know? Over the hills and far away, I'm gonna understand one day what the other half believe in, if it's real or just deceiving. So until I find that day, I'll go along my way, and I'll look back on my life, and I'll know I lived it right. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Lying down across the roadway, almost lasted out the whole day. Drivers trying, but there was no way left for them to go. And the wise old judge that we went before wouldn't believe what we did it for. Said this is no way to help the poor. But how the hell would he know? Over the hills and far away, I'm gonna understand one day what the other half believe in, if it's real or just deceiving. So until I find that day, I'll go along my way, and I'll look back on my life, and I'll know I lived it right. Over the hills and far away, merrily on my way. "1995 came quickly, crept right up, and now it's hit me. Seems the mayor of a busy city don't know where the days go. Build a bridge and move the highway, spend the rest and mend the byways. Someone wrote things across my driveway, and someone broke my windows. And I see on the news some identity with a young man's views on society. Said there's no room for guys like me. But how the hell would he know? Over the hills and far away, I'm gonna understand one day what the other half believe in, if it's real or just deceiving. So until I find that day, I'll go along my way, and I'll look back on my life, and I'll know I lived it right. Over the hills and far away, merrily on my way. Over the hills and far away, merrily on my way. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Australia is such a long way away, and it takes so long to get here and so much money that I couldn't bring a band with me, so that was a backing from some of the musicians in Australia, which I brought with me. It's a long time. It's 35 hours we spent in an aeroplane, which is a long time. But still, the Lufthansa people looked after us very well. And got it in? This is a song, another song for my 20th Century album, and it's called Sunday Morning Roses. I've stood on love's verandas, caution beating in my veins, and I've looked at summer dying in the early autumn rain, and I've seen some vague connection. This is just how love would be, and I walked from love's veranda. Love was not for me. I have trod 100 highways, I have turned 1,000 bends, I have passed 1,000,000 doorways, searching for a friend. Then I've turned my back on someone who shared my common need, in case he looked inside and saw the loneliness in me. Oh, the chances come and the chances go, and I answer yes, but it comes out no. No use me waiting and wondering why my golden chances all pass by. The circus crowds that beckon, like the prancing, dancing New Year's, and the sounds of children playing, laughing louder than their tears. I've had many songs inside me, but afraid to bring them out, in case I found that this was not what life was all about. Yes, the chances come and the chances go, and I answer yes, but it comes out no. No use me waiting and wondering why my golden chances all pass by. So I guess I'll go on living, and I guess I'll stay the same. My cup will fill with nothing but the taste of autumn rain, and I'll pick my sweet tomorrows from someone else's trust, and my Sunday morning roses from the Monday morning dust. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Many songs like that delve into a writer's feelings and true thoughts on various matters. And some songs sort of sum up what a songwriter is all about. And I think this song that I wrote really gives my real character. It's called Grab the Money and Run. We all worked on the highway. I was a leading hand. She was a clerk on the payroll, and he was a security man. We were all tired of the highways, heading down a one-way track. We headed out with the payroll, and we never headed back. Grab the money and run. That's all you can do when there's a world out there, and it's waiting for you. On our way, at the most we had a half a day, and every cop in the land, every government man, every two-bit crook with a gun in his hand would be out and about and just looking for us. Things went well on the back roads, hardly saw a soul all day. And by the time they discovered us missing, we were 400 miles away. Climbing on board the Argentine Queen, Bobby, Jenny and me. 200 grand and the captain in hand, and heading out to sea. Grab the money and run. That's all you can do when there's a world out there, and it's waiting for you. Goodbye, old friends. I guess we'll never see them again. But every cop in the land, every government man, every two-bit crook with a gun in his hand would hardly expect us to go and catch a boat to Mexico. Lying low in Mexico, it seemed like a real good plan. When she was a clerk on the payroll, and when he was a security man. But sometimes some people are not what they seem to be. Now every cop in the land, every government man, Bobby and Jenny with a gun in their hands are out and about and just looking for me. Grab the money and run. That's all you can do when there's a world out there, and it's waiting for you. Grab the money and run. That's all I could do. Grab the money and run. Grab the money and run. Cool. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. You just like crooked people, that's all. I have two boys, as I said a few minutes ago. My youngest boy was getting a bit concerned that I'd written a song about the older boy and not about him, so. This one is a little bit of advice to a small boy, and it's called Scotty. Wide eyes, you wonder why you understand some. We'll do that one again. Yeah. Best one so far. Very nice. You won't get it back. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Oh, from the talk. Yeah. Thank you. Run. I have two small boys, as I said earlier. And the youngest boy was getting a bit concerned in that I'd written a song for the older boy and there was none for him. So diplomatically I had to do something, and this is a song I wrote for the youngest boy. It's called Scotty. With wide eyes you wonder why you understand some and you don't understand all the rest. Well, little boy, your daddy's been living a while, and I really don't know much myself. I'll teach you the whys and the wherefore and the ways of this world I have known. Life is a journey of different directions, and sometimes we travel alone. And Scotty, life can be rough, life can be tough, life can go wrong. Scotty, life can be fun, life can just come rolling along. So live with the good times and learn from the bad, and laugh at the fun times you had. Look for the reasons to carry you through. And Scotty, it's all you can do. And you wonder why some days are fun days and Sundays, and some days just don't seem the same. Blue skies are many and gray skies are few, so we do what we can in the rain. The whys and the wherefores are there for a reason, and sometimes we don't understand. But life is a journey that's leading us somewhere, and we get there the best way we can. And Scotty, life can be rough, life can be tough, life can be kind. Scotty, life can be fun, life can be one wonderful time. So live with the good times and learn from the bad, and laugh at the fun times you had. Look for the reasons to carry you through. And Scotty, it's all you can do. Just live with the good times and learn from the bad, and laugh at the fun times you had. Look for the reasons to carry you through. And Scotty, it's all you can do. Just live with the good times and learn from the bad, and laugh at the fun times you had. Look for the reasons to carry you through. And Scotty, it's all you can do. you very much. Thank you. Oh, this is hard work. Pardon? Scotty, how old is Scotty? Yeah, he's 5 now. Yeah. My next song is a song about life in the 20th century. It's called Man of the 20th Century, and it's a bit sort of a look at the times and a look at the way everything seems to be going faster. Man of the 20th century. Riding along in a 747 and thinking the heavens are looking just fine. Whiskey and coke and I'm lighting the smoke and I'm hoping the captain is making good time. Breakfast in Rome, dinner in London, watching the movie and thundering along. Paris or Hong Kong, it doesn't take long. This way or that way, it's all much the same. When you're living at this pace, the world is a small place. Getting around is just the name of the game. So man in the moon, I think it's time to assume that your heavenly reign is over. But on the wing, it's no longer a thing to fly in the sky like you do. Fish in the sea, you got nothing on me. I can go anywhere I want to. I got no time to stand in the line and just be the way I was meant to be. No, please understand, I gotta be what I can. I'm a man of the 20th century. Riding along on a wave of invention, greater intention and doing just fine. Thumbing my nose at the forces of nature, courses that take you to turbulent times. Fighting the traffic, radio blaring, stopping and swearing and passing the blame. Right way or wrong way, I've come a long way. This day to that day, it's never the same. When you're living at this pace, the world is a small place. Getting around is just the name of the game. So man in the moon, I think it's time to assume that your heavenly reign is over. But on the wing, it's no longer a thing to fly in the sky like you do. Fish in the sea, you got nothing on me. I can go anywhere I want to. I got no time to stand in the line and just be the way I was meant to be. No, please understand, I gotta go where I can. I'm a man of the 20th century. Yeah, man in the moon, I think it's time to assume it's no longer the way it used to be. A heavenly rain doesn't mean the same to a man of the 20th century. And man in the moon, I think it's time to assume it's no longer the way it used to be. But on the wing, you know you don't mean a thing. Thank you. Thank you. Now, this is one of the advantages in working in a cold climate. They told me Switzerland was cold. Baban, when do I come out to the snow? As soon as I can, I'll tell you. I started off this program with a little bit of a song that I suppose to a certain extent has been responsible in getting me here to meet you very nice people. And for that, I'm very grateful. I'll now do the rest of it. This is called Rock and Roll. I gave you the best years of my life. I can still remember when I bought my first guitar. Remember just how good the feeling was. Put it proudly in my car. And my family listened 50 times to my 2-song repertoire. And I told my mom her only son was gonna be a star. Bought all the Beatle records, sounded just like Paul. Bought all the old Chuck Berry 78s and all. And I sat by my record player, playing every note they played. And I watched them all on TV, making every move they made. Rock and roll, I gave you all the best years of my life. All the dreamy sunny Sundays, all the moonlit summer nights. I was so busy in the back room, writing love songs to you. And you were changing your directions. You never even knew that I was always just one step behind you. '66 seemed like the year I was really going somewhere. We were living in San Francisco with flowers in our hair, singing songs of kindness so the world would understand that the guys and me were something more than just another band. And then '69 in LA came around so soon, we were really making headway and writing lots of tunes, and we must have played the wildest stuff we had ever played. And the way the crowds cried out for us, well, we thought we had it made. Rock and roll, I gave you all the best years of my life. All the dreamy sunny Sundays, all the magic moonlit nights. I was so busy on the road, singing love songs to you. And you were changing your direction, and you never even knew that I was always just one step behind you. Do-do-do-do. '71 in Soho, when I saw Suzanne, I was trying to go it solo with someone else's band. She came up to me later and I took her by the hand, and I told her all my troubles and she seemed to understand. And she followed me through London, through 100 hotel rooms, through 100 record companies who didn't like my tunes, and she followed me when finally I sold my old guitar. She tried to help me understand I'd never be a star. Rock and roll, I gave you all the best years of my life. All the dreamy sunny Sundays, all the moonlit summer nights. And though I never knew the magic of making it with you, thank the Lord for giving me the little bit I knew. And I will always be one step behind you. Rock and roll, I gave all the best years of my life, singing out my love songs in the bright lit flashing lights. And though I never knew the magic of making it with you, thank the Lord for giving me the little bit I knew. Oh, rock and roll, I gave all the best years of my life, singing out my love songs in the bright lit flashing lights. And though I never knew the magic of making it with you,